First thing I noticed about this tree is the fir tree beside it, beside the maple. I can set a line in that and be able to work the maple tree safely, because I will be suspended above it the whole time. So if part of the maple tree collapses while I'm working, I'll just take a bad swing at worst. I'm not going to use a second tie-in, a lanyard, on the limbs that I'm working on just for the sake of it, just because it's in a rule book. Because in the event of one of the limbs breaking, I'm tied to it. I'm also tied into the fir tree behind. It's going to be hanging off me. Who knows where it's going to break or what could happen. So I'll only use the second tie-in if it's helping me, if it's actually putting me in a more stable position. If I'm comfortable without it, then I'll work without it. I owe this job to Jay at Bigfoot Tree Service, who referred it to me. Thanks, Jay, I won't let you down. In regards to, go back to the second lanyard thing, I'm going to use this system to tie into the fir tree. This is the Notch Fusion tether with the rope wrench. I've also put in these rubber stops on either side to stop the hitch sliding around, and by pushing this thick one down, it will also prevent the gate from accidentally opening, because the gate has to be pushed up before you twist it. You can't do that. You have to physically move the rubber with your fingers. It's not so tight that it would hinder me in an emergency where I had to undo the system, but it's highly unlikely that this could happen accidentally. So this is a really kind of closed, bomb-proof system, and I can turn my back on it basically if I'm facing forward and not give it a second thought. You know, I make a habit of checking my gear as I work, but this system I'm not gonna have to be so conscious of, because you only have to look at it, and as long as I keep my saw away, I should be fine. I'll be very comfortable working on this. Okay, we're 5 minutes from the job. I'm gonna get there now. Sorry?
So I get tired of watching you. Yeah, pretty good workout.
Well, I've had a good lot of practice.
Yeah.
Got the hang of it now.
How long you be doing this for?
Just over over 30 years.
Just over 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I do have that money like that.
If I haven't got it now, Chris, I never will at this stage.
That's right.
okay, Chris? Is that okay at that height? Yeah.
Sure.
Early afternoon, I've just finished. I'm just at the store in Machosen. I'm going to get a massive ice cream and then I'll drive home. So obviously in video I'm not going to show all the branches and all the logs, you know, because that'd be dull. But there was quite a few logs at the end there to cut down, and I don't know if you noticed there was like a little metal green fence post at the bottom that was right in the way that I was trying to miss or work around with the logs, which is why to cut them all pretty small. And you have to think as well how they're going to bounce off each other. They tend to be more favourable if they're smaller and you don't have a huge piece that's immovable that other logs are going to bounce off and into the whatever you're trying to save, like the green metal post. Anyway, I worked round it and it went okay. So I had $800 on that job. Some people may have charged more and had the ground worker stood there watching, but I avoid that if I can. If I can manage on my own, I will do. So 800 is, you know, around 2 o'clock I think, and it's just me and my saws. No clean up, no cutting up. I just left it as it was, which I think is fair. I think that's all right. You know, the guy's paying for somebody skillful enough to bring the tree down without doing any damage to the roof. The fencing on the other side with the electric wire, I don't know if you saw that, and the metal post thing, and the high voltage wires which ran parallel, which some of the limbs would have reached if I hadn't climbed out and cut them small. So yeah, hardwoods like that I grew up on. You know, that's what I started on, and I had 20 years of cutting hardwoods before I moved to BC. So it is, you know, I'm always really comfortable on stuff like that. It's just it's like my bread and butter. You know, it's easy work. I mean, I keep saying easy, everything's easy. It isn't easy, but it's you know, it's not anything I have to really think about. And the system worked well with the notch fusion tether with the rope wrench. It's a good system. It's better than the average tethers. So if you like the rope wrench and you want to improve its performance, then that fusion tether thing does work a little bit better for a few reasons. I thought it was going to be a bit cumbersome, a heavy thing that might bang into my teeth, but it hasn't done yet. So, and you've noticed, before I say what I was going to say, so some of the times I was tied in, I'd use my lanyard, and other times I wouldn't. I didn't want to. I didn't think it was helping me. I thought it was adding to the risk, if anything else, so I just neglected it. I got good balance, like I say. Hardwoods and balancing and all that, limb walking, I could do it in my sleep, to be honest. But what I was going to say is that you may have noticed that on a few of the videos more recently I've had and photos, I've been using the Rope Runner Pro and the fusion tether thing as well. Now, I didn't buy them, they got sent to me. They got given to me by Nick Bonner at Tree Stuff. I didn't ask for them, I didn't want them, but he's the sort of person that just does things like that. You know, you say no and he'll do it anyway. That's just who he is. You know, I get on with Nick. I quite like him for that reason, because he makes things happen. You know, he does force things to happen that wouldn't otherwise. And you know, he sold a lot of a lot of equipment for Stein, which I get royalties for, the stuff that I designed at least. So you know, the least I can do is try out the gear. So I might do a separate review on a video on the both of those devices. It's not the green light for people to start sending me stuff, because I really don't want anything from anybody. I'm not interested in doing reviews. I know there's lots of people say, can I send you this, can I send you that, and you know, promote it for me. And I got better things to do, to be honest. You know, if you're on your own journey and your tools, whatever, that's your shit that you've got to sort out. There's nothing to do with me. I don't want any gear. I made the exception for Nick because I've known him for years. I've done things for him and he's done things for me in the past, and so I sort of owe it to him. But and I know there's a lad there, Joe, he's been asking. He has a similar device to the Rope Runner that he's been asking me to try, and I keep saying no, respectfully no, because I just don't have the time or the interest to get involved. This is an exception. I'm doing this. You know, I got too much going on in my life already. You know, I got the business, I got the wife, a kid, house, and a dog now as well. So, you know, there's stuff going on, and I'm just not interested. So, but anyway, watch out for the Rope Runner video or review when I get round to it. I've got a bit to say about it. It won't be the same old thing probably that's out there already. Well, it won't be like anyone else. I shouldn't say the same old thing and make it sound negative. I don't mean to. Okay, I'm gonna go and get my ice cream. So I'll